KT7 up here. Today, I will review and showcase 140 A2 from the NieR collaboration. She is a high accuracy, high damage unit that can protect your team from barrier breaks. She has a very friendly AI, and does not require a lot of newer VCs to build around. These are the items we will look at today. There is a lot to go over. Let's get started. The first new unit A2 is an 100 cost ice unit. Her new unique main job can equip great sword, cloths, and hats. Her TMR is an accessory. The stats are 222 HP, 8 accuracy, 5 defense, 10 spirit, and 2 agility. The ability is a self buff, grants the user move and jump +1, and Machine Killer 40 for 3 turns. Machine Killer has very limited use, but it has some really nice stats. And the 2 agility really helps for initial turn order adjustment. Her base stats are pretty nice. HP is on the higher end at 3813. Her attack is 425, which is the 3rd highest in the game. Agility is average at 57, but she gets 11 more from her board, making it 68. Base 3 move and 2 jump. The weapon type resistances are 15 to slash, 20 to pierce, and 15 to magic. Has -5 to strike, and -10 to missile. Most of the more recent units have negative to strike or missile. Those 2 types of attack might be making a comeback very soon. Ailment resistances are 10 to confusion, 50 to charm, and 50 to stun. These are good. Stun is very relevant in the current meta. Charm isn't as relevant, but it could be very devastating. She does have some healing and status effects in her kit, but I don't recommend giving her more than 50 faith. Next, her master ability. Typical ice elemental buff, and for herself 20/ penetration, and acquired AP up 30%. At level 140, she gets pierce and magic resistance 15, plus unit attack resistance of 15. Also an upgrade to her job level 25 ability to include +30 hit rate and absorb 30% of the damage. Moving over to her brand new equipments. Her great sword has 20/ penetration as the additional ability. For A2, she also gets slash attack 15, AP consumption down 15%, and reduce physical damage based on how large the attack area is, up to 15%. This is her best weapon. Be sure to farm at least 2. 1 assault and 1 aim. You might want a crit type as well, depending on your build. Next, the black box, which we can get up to 2+5s from the raid. It has pierce and magic resistance 10. And for A2, she gets debuff reduction of 15, and physical damage up 10%. If you are giving her the black box, give her the shield type. Moving over to her main job support abilities. Support number 1 is top tier, a must-have on her. Attack 24%, slash penetration 40, accuracy 25, and AP consumption down 10%. With this equipped, plus her weapon, she has a total of AP consumption down 25%. Support ability 2 is more defensive, giving her 12 resistance to slash, pierce, and AoE attacks. This one is not bad, but there is a better one. Her reaction ability is reflex, just put this on her. There are 2 more event items. The new one is Pod 042, it has 8 AoE resistance, be sure to farm as many recipes as you can. The other accessory, Pod 153, gets a +1, giving it more agility and accuracy. You will be able to get a +1 by completing the bingo board missions. They are very easy to complete, don't miss it. Moving on to her LB. It is an AoE attack, the shape and range is exactly the same as calculated rend. It is a one-hit attack however. Deals large damage, draws all targets 1 panel inward. Has a 45% chance to inflict slow and immobilize for 3 turns. Also lower target slash resistance by 75% if slow or immobilized landed. Unlike most other LBs, which typically have 67% chance to land the status ailments. Hers are only at 45%. But you get 2 different chances. Next, her buffing abilities. Her highest priority buff is a cross-shape group buff. Increase the group's agility by 25 for 3 turns. It also gives A2 re-raise. Plus Dispel Haste, and seals target's ability to break barriers upon hit for 3 turns. Furthermore, her agility will increase by 20% and accuracy up 40 for 3 turns after reviving. This is a top tier buff, and it defines her identity in the meta. Barrier break sealing enables her and her teammates to last a lot longer in battle. Giving Jaden an additional 10k HP against physical attacks is awesome. And since it gives her re-raise, she won't multicast this before moving forward. Next, her main job self-buff. A 3x 50% physical damage barrier. It also comes with the AoE damage reduction mechanic. The reduction is up to 35%. This ability will help her mitigate both physical and magic-based damage. She will cast her TMR first before casting this ability, be mindful of that. Now let's move over to her attacks. The first one on the list is a sequential ability. The first sequence is a diamond-shape AoE attack up to 5 panels away. Before damage, increase A2's defense penetration by 40 for 3 turns, remove target's courage, then deals damage medium. The second part of the ability is a select 2 targets heal. Recovers HP for self and 1 ally within 3 panels of A2. However, the heal does not activate if there is no ally within range. She would still use the attack, but the heal just doesn't go off. So she cannot heal herself with this ability if she is alone. The second attack on the list is a straight line unit attack, up to 3 panels away. Dispel targets protect and shell, then deals a 2-hit large damage. The range is a bit restrictive, but it is a high damage ability. Attack number 3 is her low AP ability. A unit attack that lowers target's crit evasion by 40, then deals damage small. Nothing special, a simple finishing ability. Next, her job level 25 ability. It also has the same shape and range as calculated rend. Before damage, lower target's reaction proc rate by 100% for 3 turns. Lower their AoE resistance by 60%, also 3 turns. Then gives A2 a plus 30% hit chance, deals damage medium, and absorb 30% of the damage dealt. This is a very strong ability and another way to heal herself mid-fight. Moving on to her main job sub-abilities. The first one is a self-buff, Berserk mode. Consume 10% of own HP, increase her attack by 70%, and gives her CT up extra small on crit hits for 3 turns. This can turn A2 into Bradley-like. If you choose to use this, I highly suggest to give her haste. And boost the crit rate as much as you can with equipments and Truststone. The AI will use this buff after group buff and TMR buff. The second sub-ability is Self-Destruct. It is an AoE attack around self, up to 2 panels away in all directions. Consume 60% of max HP, deals non-elemental damage large. The damage modifier increases for each KO'd allies. And it has a 50% chance to stun the enemies. I haven't seen the AI use this ever. And yes, re-raise will bring her back if her HP is lower than 60% when she used this ability. Her main job sub is not bad, Berserk mode is a viable option. Just need to be sure to push her crit rate to as high as you can. Moving over to her High Dragoon sub. The first support ability is High Dragoon Lore. 24% attack and 40 defense penetration. This is the only source of passive defense penetration from her kit. I highly recommend it. The other support ability is High Dragoon Focus. Gives her 12% agility and 12 strike resistance. This is not bad, she does have a weakness against strike, but defense penetration would be my choice. The reaction ability is Preemptive Piercer. 30% chance to preemptive counter. Don't bother with this, just go with Reflex. The two notable abilities are Dragon Lance Dive and Drain Jump. Both are jumping abilities. Since A2 has such high slash penetration, the AI rarely uses her Pierce type attacks. But if the height difference between the target and A2 is more than 2, then she will use Dragon Lance Dive, since it has a range height of 5. This is very useful in some maps. Drain Jump is a good finishing ability, it can help her recover some HP. She also has Dragon Scale which can give her Protect, but I usually have this turned off. There is only so many turns for buffing. Next, her Spell Blade sub. The support ability she gets is Providence of Wind, giving her 12% wind and magic resistance. And Magic Guard as her reaction. She does get Magic Barrier from the abilities. Reduce incoming magic damage by 70% for 3 hits. This could be very useful in a magic heavy meta. It works great with her barrier break ceiling. That's all for her kit. Let's jump into her Holo VC. It is 60 cost as usual. It supports Sword Red Mage, Great Sword, and Gun. The stats are HP 322, Attack 140, and a very good 3 Agility. The party abilities are Slash Attack up 42, Pierce Resistance of 16, and 20 AoE Resistance. The bestowed effects are Attack up 10% and Max HP up 10%. The Holo party ability is for guild battle only. It gives the group 18 elemental chain resistance. The VC mastery are also for guild battle only. They are Ice Attack up 3 and Crit Evasion up 3. Yet another AoE resistance card for Sword Red Mage. But if you want to run SummerGlaciela and A2 together, or the Ice and Water combo, this is a must-have. If you are looking to team A2 up with Soul or Faris, then Silver Memories can do the job. Next up, Equipments and Espers. Her new Great Sword is her best weapon. The additional abilities are just too good. In her second slot, it really depends on what you need. At the moment, the Marshmallow Head is my go-to. A bunch of ailment resistances, plus lots of accuracy. It is God tier. The pods are great for more agility. The black box is also good to increase her damage output and some debuff reduction. In her TMR slot, I always go with Haste. With a Haste TMR, she is likely not be able to cast her barrier, but that's okay. Her power and speed is more than enough to make up for it. Or you can team her up with a Haste caster and give her more agility and accuracy such as Bells. The best Esper for her is regular Odin, high agility and high accuracy. It is just perfect for A2. If there are a lot of earth evasion around, go with Sildra. You are giving up 3 agility for a lot of earth resistance and more attack. That's a good trade-off. All the other physical-based Espers can do the job. I want to mention, Ultros is a great choice for her if you are using agility set Truststone. It gives her another 20 defense penetration. Now her Truststones. I have listed all the abilities on the screen with the equipment showing at the bottom. On the left, I like the Shield or Barrier set the most, giving her some more healing power. Luck set is to further increase her hit rate. On the right, I like Agility or Aim. Attack set can give her 10 more defense penetration. If you are using her Berserk mode, give her the Alex Ring and use the Crit set on the right. Alright, let's move on to sample teams. The first team I have prepared is the Triple Ice Barrier team with Zidane and Howlet. This team is very strong against physical teams. All of them have barriers against physical attacks. She is on High Dragoon sub, with her main support ability 1 for slash penetration, attack, accuracy, and lower her AP consumption. High Dragoon lore for more attack and 40 defense penetration. And reflex as her reaction ability. She starts off with 50 defense penetration, and it can go up to 90 with her AoE attack. Her slash penetration is 80 at all times. Frievia will also thrive in this setup. Her LB upgrade is top tier, and she can provide additional healing for A2. I hope a unit with magic damage reduction aura will come to JP soon. I know I have 390 cost VCs here, but don't worry. I will show a budget build next. The idea of this setup is to leverage A2's ability to seal enemies' barrier breaks. Zidane and Howlet are my haste attackers. Howlet can give the whole team HP absorb, and both him and A2 can dispel haste upon hit. Zidane has Bromwell's TMR to lower his AP consumption. He rarely runs into AP issue with that active. I will bring this team to face a barrier breaker in the sample match section. Some alternate VCs are listed at the bottom left as well. These are a couple more ice setups. The team on the top is with OG Aulaya and Howlet. I have the Deserter A2 VC here to cover AoE resistance for the whole group. This is a very strong team as well, great against semi-evasion teams. Aulaya has sharp shoot, and Howlet's accuracy is decent at around 100, he can land some hits from the side. The team at the bottom is the budget ice team. Besides A2 and her VC, everything including units, VCs, and Espers are older. Of course it is not as powerful as the previous two teams, but it can still do some serious damage. The new VC is great for this triple slashing team. The regular Odin VC is making a comeback with A2. Next is the mixed water red mage team with SummerGlaciela and Howlet. You can sub in another water unit for Howlet, and switch the magic-based VCs over to Glaciela. Faris and Oelde are both great in this setup. Glaciela's aura can further reduce physical damage taken for the team. Both the DPS units are hasted and slash away. With her own VC equipped, the pierce resistance is at 51, and magic resistance is at 42 for A2. The Famreer VC is making a comeback as well. Magic resistance is very helpful in the current meta. The accuracy for A2 is only at 122, but don't worry. It will be higher in the next slide. The next team is the accurate greatsword team with Hyo and Jim. Earth Evasion is here, and this team can take care of them. This is all-out accuracy for the whole team, so I have the FFVIII VC on A2. But you can use regular Odin on her for the same amount of accuracy, plus 20 unit attack resistance for the group. To go after magic teams, sub in Astrius for Hyo, and Rain for Jim. This great sword team is quite strong against the most meta teams. Jim might be a bit dated, but to tank Earth Evasion, she is the perfect unit. Hyo can remove re-raise, and A2 can remove courage. The two of them can work very nicely together. The purpose of this team is accuracy. The FFVIII VC and the Resnick card both give accuracy for greatsword users. Those are must. The accuracy of A2 is 172 with this setup. If you switch out the FFVIII VC for regular Odin, her accuracy would still be around 160. But Hyo's accuracy will drop from 150 to 120 range. The last team I have prepared is the Mixed Devout team with Soul and Shawls. This team is great for A2 to hunt black mage teams. Notice, her magic resistance is at 67 with Dark Bahamut. And that's right, Soul is going black mage hunting. I will show you a match later on. One thing I want to point out, the Pinnacle Ever Far VC is superb to deal with Dark Element. As a sub, it has 12 Dark Resistance for the party, 10 Physical Man-Eater, and slash penetration 18 as well. With Shawl's buff, the Dark Resistance on both DPS units are around 50. Generally speaking, this team is very hard to take down. Soul's HP barrier is protected by A2, and the two DPS units both have sequential healing. Plus Shawls can cast HP regen on them. Just be sure to give them the proper status ailment resistances. Marshmallow Hat is a must for the magic units. I think that's 5 sample teams I gone over today. That's enough, let's quickly look at her weapon group. Nothing has changed for this group since Bromwell and Astrius. I like how they released 3 great sword units in a row. Now my final thoughts on A2. She is a top tier unit. As a DPS, I would go as far to say she is very close to Bradley and Lightning Alaya level. Her damage might be slightly lower, but she is very good at self-sustaining. The defensive utilities she brings is way above Bradley and Alaya. She can have either physical or magic barrier and prevent your enemies from breaking it. She also has sequential healing, damage absorbed, and AoE damage reduction on top of re-raise. Her survivability is so good. On the offensive side, she is one of the most accurate unit that can remove courage, has a 60% AoE resistance in peril, and a 70% slash resistance in peril with her LB. Can also dispel haste, protect and chill. She also has great range, can hit up to 6 panels away with 2 of her main job attacks. The only thing she does not have is a barrier break. This is a unit that I think everyone should go for. As long as barrier exists in the game, there is a place for A2. Plus she is a hyper-accurate unit, whenever there is evasion, she will be relevant. I understand she is the first unit from this collaboration rerun, and we have 2P and Lucio very soon. But she is the easiest unit to use out of the 3, and she does not require much to put together a good team around her. The regular Odin VC and Esper is given to every player. Fenrir is a Year 1 vision card. If you pull for her and her VC, half the vision card setup is already there. Now let's go to some sample matches. The first match of the day is Triple Ice Barrier against the Meta Lighting team. Astrius is known for barrier breaks, let's see how the Ice team hold up. First action from A2. Increasing the agility of the group by 25 for 3 turns. Gives her the effects of Dispel Haste and seals enemies' ability to break barrier upon hit for 3 turns. Also gives her re-raise. And increase her agility by 20% and accuracy up 40 for 3 turns after reviving. Second action, Self Buff. Gives her a 3 times 50% physical damage barrier. and reduce AoE damage up to 35% depending on the size of the AoE. That's Bromwell's TMR on Zidane. 3 turns haste, and AP consumption 25 when haste is active. All my units have their physical damage barrier up. And the Ice Boys are hasted, we are ready to fight. That's her job level 25 attack. Before damage lower targets AoE resistance by 60% for 3 turns. Gives A2 a plus 30% hit chance, then deals medium damage, and absorb 30% of the damage dealt. Astrius could not break A2 and Zidane's damage barrier, since it was sealed by A2. The barrier on A2 is broken since she took more than 3 hits. Then she walks over and take out Aulaya with a normal attack. Slow landed, but that's fine. The fight is over anyways. Being able to protect your team's barriers is just great. The second match of the day is against Semi-Light Evasion. I am bringing my mixed red mage team with SummerGlaciela and Holo. Starts off with her group buff. 3 turns 25 agility up for the group. Giving herself re-raise, dispel haste, and seals barrier break upon hit for 3 turns. Plus agility and accuracy up for 3 turns after reviving. SummerGlaciela is an awesome tank against both physical and magic. I might need to reincarnate her a bit. Second action. Bradley's TMR buff. 3 turn haste and reaction block rate up 50. Her AI will always use her TMR buff before her barrier. But I like it this way. She is super fast and super powerful. Holo also uses his haste TMR. That's her sequential ability. Before damage, increase her defense penetration by 40 for 3 turns. Remove target's courage, then deals damage medium. Then a select 2 target heal. The heals does not go off if no ally is in range. AoE courage removal is very good, plus it has a heal. She just used the same ability twice, since she lapped them. High agility and haste are paying off. Finally, she uses her calculated Ren-like attack to take out Lucio. The third match of the day is Mixed Devout against Black Mage. Soul has the Winter Rapha's TMR to cast unit attack resistance on himself and A2. Shawls is just great against light and dark. The synergy between Soul and A2 is next level. Courage on A2, she will have both courage and re-raise. Here is her re-raise buff. Soul is using Rapha's TMR on himself and A2. Increase unit attack resistance by 20 for 3 turns for self and 1 ally. Since Shawls has hate down in her master ability, this buff went to A2 instead of her. Shawls uses her crit evasion up, AoE, light, and dark resistance up buff for the group. Sequential ability from A2. Increase her defense penetration, remove courage, and deals damage medium. Since there is no allies around her, the sequential heal did not go off. She is taking their attacks like a champ. Has over 60 magic attack resistance and 50 dark resistance. She is not phased. Soul comes in with his own sequential ability and healed up A2. Now she is using her calculated Rend-like ability. Lower target's AoE resistance by 60% and absorb 30% of damage. She then starts her own Ice/Chain with her LB. Deals damage large, draws all targets one panel inward. Has 45% chance to inflict slow and immobilize. Lower target slash resistance by 75% if either slow or immobilize landed. This is why I like haste on her over the barriers, giving her a chance to lap the enemies. Especially when everyone is brawling at one spot and she doesn't need to move after an attack. She does not go down easy, which gives her more chances to attack without moving. Soul then goes into cleanup with Hazard Slash. He is on Rune Knight to take advantage of the slash resistance and peril. Next we have the high accuracy Great Sword team against Earth Evasion, followed by Mono Ice against the Meta Light team. I will not be commenting for these two matches. My next video will either be 2P or new Lucio 140 showcase. Let me know which one you guys want to see first. Good luck on your pulls. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.